Hey all, would like to do a little bit of an update to where we're at. I got to tell you, I'm a little freaking out here because I've been having nothing but issues trying to upload movies to YouTube lately. It gets to this 95% processing deal, and then it just sits there and it sits there. And I was going to give up. I figured, you know what? I'll keep doing the videos and I'll keep them for my own prosperity and whatnot. And then I got an incredible email from a guy in Germany who owns an Opel GT, who is kind of in the middle of doing a rebuild himself. He's just kind of pulled the engine apart at this point. But he's so many kind words. And you know, even if I don't give specifics in that, it just gives him a general idea as to what is needed to, you know, as far as parts and preparation and time to get a project like this done. So I think I'm going to keep going. I'm going to try and split those videos up into smaller chunks. Maybe they'll upload better, but YouTube fucking just killing me here. I've spent so much time doing that. I probably wasted 5 hours trying to upload these videos. It's just pissing me off. But anyway, here we are. As you can see, the engine is off the engine stand. It's back on the crane. We've got the OEM. The engine didn't ship with them, but I found out that GM actually makes proper engine lift, what do you want to call them? Brackets, yeah. One here at the back of the head, and then one here at the front. I wish I knew this. Actually, when I pulled it out, I didn't have a head on this, so that wouldn't have worked at all. But these are great. You can put them on, and of course take them off once you're done. So there we go. Front of the engine. Like I say, a bit of an update here. Timing case cover is now on. Everything's torqued. As you can see, I got my stupid little orange dots everywhere. Harmonic balancer is on. New bolt, torqued, ready to go. I ended up installing new knock sensors here on the hot side of the engine. We have got the EFR sitting there, and I've got pretty much everything plumbed here. Here you see the this is the intake, water intake or coolant intake, which comes up into here, and then the exit comes out here, and then will flow back around the front of the head, back over to the other side of the engine. Just important to know, I don't know, like I say, it's just a matter of details, I guess, but however you plumb this, they have to be offset. So, for example, I'm using the lower coolant input on this side. As a result, you need to use the upper output on this side. If I was using the upper one here, I'd have to use the lower one here, and vice versa. This is the oil intake. Here is the oil feed, which comes down from one of the ports in the block. This will screw onto here. For now, what I'm going to be doing, let me grab my little fancy schmancy gauge that I made up. So I made an adapter up. What I'm going to do, just temporarily, is I'm going to, once this engine's in and I've got everything hooked up, I'm going to turn her over without the coil packs and the fuel engaged. But I just want to be able to see that I've got oil pressure built up. So I've got this little $10 gauge that I bought from Canadian Tire. It's like an auto place here in Canada. This will fit onto here. It won't supply any oil to the turbo for now, but that's fine. The engine's not going to run. I'm just turning it over. I just want to make sure that I've circulated some oil throughout the engine and we've got some oil pressure happening. Even if that doesn't bump up into that area there. As long as I'm getting, you know, 20 something odd pounds at cranking speed, we should be okay. Just to give me an indication everything's okay. What else is going on over here? Not much. I decided not to install the high flow cat. It's going to be, if I did that, it would be pretty tight trying to get this engine back into the engine bay. So I've decided to leave that off for now. It's simple enough. These 4 bolts are quite accessible. This is just a breather line that will run off to my oil catch can deal here. Yeah, so that line that I was just touching goes into here, and then this one here goes off to the intake tube from the air cleaner. And then right now, what I'm doing, I've got to put a new thermostat in, so the thermostat housing's all buttoned up. New fuel pumps all buttoned up. I got a new oil filter in here. I've dumped a litre of oil in there just to, you know, slosh things around a little bit. Haven't done the intake side yet. I'm going to do that once the engine's in there. There's too much wiring and plumbing that goes around the side of this engine here to do all this now. I feel more comfortable with that. The one thing here is I'm still waiting to hear from DDM Dave, Dr. Dave, on his oil filter / oil cooler relocation kit. So hopefully I'll get some news on that in the next couple of days. The OEM oil cooler, which sits at the back here, I've ordered a new one. They're like $60, so I'm going to put a new one on. Just why not? It's being prudent. So now where we're at is I've got the new flywheel in place here. I've got the bolts in, and they've been torqued to 39 foot-pounds. But now, from here, we need to do a degree setting on them. I'm just going to put this back in here, back into the... there we go. I just wanted to show you the beauty of having 2 different size torque wrenches. So this is a Snap-on Tech wrench. It does every type of measurement you could possibly think of, including angle measurements. But the beauty is, this is a 1/2 inch one with a big ass. You know, it's big, but it's cumbersome. And if I was to build an engine with this thing, I'd go crazy. It's just too big. Oh, the 1/2 inch, just kind of nasty. So it's nice to have, you know, the 3/8 drive as well, the smaller one, and that also does, if I remember correctly, inch pounds all the way down to like 45 inch pounds or something. So pretty accurate. This one does not. It goes as low, I believe, as like 120 inch pounds. So, you know, 10 foot-pounds. So while I got the camera rolling here, I just wanted to show you how this guy operates. I'm just going around the back of the camera here so you can see what I'm doing. So what we need here, oh, sorry, I don't know what I need here. Blah, 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 39 foot-pounds, which I've already done on 25 degrees. So what we do, press this button here. Let's turn the light on so maybe you can... Telling me to set it still. No, I gotta put it on the I gotta put it on the bench so it can calibrate itself. There we go. So right now at 125 degrees, that was my last measurement I used on the harmonic balancer, because I had to torque that to I think it was like 64 foot-pounds and then 125 degrees. So we're going to reduce this down to 25 degrees. like so. Now this is an expensive tool to have, I'll agree, but I changed the wheels on my truck the other day from winters to my summers, and having something like this, you don't even have to look at the torque wrench, you just know it's accurate every time. Beautiful. So, hopefully I can get a shot of this and show you how this thing operates. Damn, I wanted to show you something else. There's a special tool that is available. What it is a clamp that fits into the flywheel gear by where the starter motor would normally sit, and what it does is it locks into the flywheel gear and it stops the engine from rotating as you're doing these very precise and quite large torquing adjustments. As you can see it there, it's a thing of beauty. I bought that on eBay for like 12 bucks, and it saved me, especially when I did the harmonic balancer crank bolt. It was just brilliant. Let's get this back in here. Okay, I'm going to do this real quick. I'm just going to do a couple so you can see what I'm doing here. Maybe I should stand on this side. Get her in there. Now, can we see? Can you see my wrench? No, of course not. I'm going to bring this way back here. I just love this wrench so much, I got to put it on video. Thing's fucking awesome. Awesome! So we keep going down. I don't know if you can see that, but as I'm tugging on the end of this guy, it's counting up. It's telling me how many degrees I've got. So I'm at 9, 10. Okay, we start getting yellow here. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Oh my, oh, green light. Jeez, listen to that. It's beeping, it's carrying on. Look at that. Woo! Anyway, it went to green. It went to red because I went a degree over. So there's one. I'm going to do this other one here, and then I'm going to finish the video. Okay, here we go. 10, 11, 12, orange, 17, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. And we're green. Beautiful. And then what it does is it comes up on the display here and tells you what your measurement was, 26 degrees. And also there's a counter up here telling me that I've done two bolts so far. Anyway, that's it, guys. I'm going to go into town, pick up some beer. I'm going to finish just torquing these bolts here. I'm going to get the clutch on, get that thing lined up, get the gearbox or the transmission mounted up to the back, and then we're going to start lifting this thing in. So wish me luck and stand by. I'll be back.